Hello everyone and welcome back to Automation, and today we're on episode number 8 in our Automation slash BeamNG series. For this episode today we are going to be making a particular movie car. I'm not sure if you guys heard of this series before, but it's about a bloke called James Bond, and apparently he once drove something called an Aston Martin DB5, which looks very interesting. Yes, of course, this is sarcasm. I have heard of James Bond. Who hasn't, you absolute uncultured swine? So with that in mind, and our sights set on making an early 60s styled sports car, it is time to get on with the build. You may notice that today I'm actually starting off, well, right off the bat really, with selecting the body, because I have just found the perfect one. We're gonna use this one here, the 1955 Coupe. I've also came up with a name for it. It's going to be called the Ascot Jubilee, so it's going to be the same brand as the Sovereign, which can only mean good things, as the Sovereign used to be at the top of our leaderboard. So who knows, maybe this will do well too. Okay, so the panel material we're going to use is actually going to be aluminium. The chassis type will be a monocoque, and we're going to make it galvanized steel. The engine placement will be a front longitudinal with a, let's go double wishbone at the front, and a, now we'll go double wishbone in the rear as well. Now for our engine, we're going to be making, well, our first inline 6 actually. Somehow have over 100 hours playtime with this game, and I've never touched an inline 6 engine before, but hey, there's a first for everything. The block material, we're going to make cast iron, and the engine capacity, I think I want to boost this up a little bit to, I think we should try and aim for making this a 3 point... Okay, that's good. 3.6 litre straight 6. We're going to be using an overhead cam with 4 valves per cylinder, and a aluminium head, forged steel crank. Let's go with heavy duty forged conrods and forged pistons. Bring the cam profile up a little bit to sport, so let's say 70. We'll fiddle around with the compression later on. Our fuel system, I'm a little confused because I'm not sure what I want to do. I could just jump into using a 4-barrel, but I think I want to try a 2-barrel with a twin carburetor and a performance intake. And we'll make it run on super leaded. Yep, super leaded. Our fuel mixture, we'll bring that up just a little bit, as well as our ignition timing to 65. Our RPM limit, I think we're going to have to reduce that by the time we get around to finalizing our engine design, but not too sure. And then our exhaust, we'll make it a tubular with... let's baffle the first muffler and then none for the second. So we're currently sitting at 206 horsepower and 205 foot-pounds of torque. I think once we get rid of the knocking, so we'll bring that up a little bit. I mean, wow, we have the exact same torque and power figure. That's pretty neat. And of course, automation is still broken when it comes to classic engines, as the emissions are completely off the scale. Okay, so I guess our goal, because the DB5's power is 282 brake horsepower at least, but that uses a 4-litre engine, so I think we might just up our engine capacity to 4 litres just because we can. Or actually, what if we make it bigger, 4.5? Ooh, but our engine is knocking again. It's okay, we'll fix that. So we got a bigger engine than the DB5, and we are still making less power. Huh. Okay. Tell you what. Oh, okay, that's probably why we're not making a lot of power, because our exhaust is restricted. So I'll boost that up just a little bit. And there we go, we now have 294 horsepower, and 293 foot-pounds of torque. Almost the same number. That's pretty groovy, actually. Right, let's see how our final product sounds. I have to say I'm not really a fan with how this engine sounds, but oh well. Okay, so we're gonna go for the coupe body style, and yeah, this is kind of cool. I see a little bit of VW common gear, kind of, in it, but besides that, it's pretty good. Oh, I also see a little bit of that that Volvo classic sports car they had as well. I don't remember what it was called, but yeah, I see a little bit of that in this body as well. So, pretty cool body, nonetheless. Or we could just give it a ginormous buttocks, but we're not going to do that. Yeah, I guess I can leave that as is, and we can bring the front out as well. Okay, that'll do nicely. Okay, so let's go on with our drive type. So, of course, rear-wheel drive. Give it a manual box with a 4-speed, and we'll raise the top speed up a little bit, right up to 200, and actually let's go 300 kilometers an hour. It's not going to go that fast. So for spacing, I think we'll leave that as at 50 at the moment and give it an open differential. Okay, wheels, well, sorry, tire type. Give it radials. So we'll give it a medium. Do we want to go sports compound? No, medium wheels. Then we'll make the tires a bit thicker, because otherwise this thing's going to have no grip in the back, and it's going to absolutely wheel spin like mad. I want to touch the offset, because that's a pretty neat looking stance as well. And rim material we'll leave as steel. Okay, brakes. I want to give this thing solid discs front and back. We'll adjust the size of those later. No under tray. Interior. There we go. Now, do I want to go with a sport or luxury interior? I think I'll go with a sport interior. And we'll give it a premium AM radio. Power steering. Yeah, no, I don't want to give this thing power steering. And we'll give it advanced 60s safety. Springs, we will make those standard. And there we are. And that red warning thing is flashing, which cannot be good.
R.
Car's weight and lack of power steering significantly reduces its drivability and comfort. And the car has severe issues with wheel spin. We're in for a fun episode here, ladies and gentlemen. But now, let's design the beautiful Ascot Jubilee. Okie dokie. So, for headlights, we're just gonna go with some rounded ones. These look perfect. There we are. Scale them to fit, which we can't. Hello? Now they just look weird because they're so big. Let me oh! That explains my problem. Yeah, you know what, we're just gonna switch back to these. I don't care if I can't resize them. It looks janky. It's not what I envisioned, but oh well. Okay, for the grill, we're going to go with... Okay, I want to try something fancy with the grill. Give me a moment. This just looks weird. That's a negative for me, my dude. What grill can we actually put on this thing? Okay, I found an option. I think we might be onto something here. We did that there, and then on the bottom, that there. Does this look awkward? What do we want for the one that's more okay, that looks a little better. You know what? Unpopular opinion, but I don't hate it. I think we'll we'll fit this on like this. That'll do it. Okay, this is gonna be proving harder than I originally thought. I just want to put them underneath the lights, not pointing out sideways. I think it has something to do with the fact that the front is curved out. So look, what if I just flattened it? Yes, okay, yeah, I don't mind it being flattened either, so we'll just stick with this. If I'm correct, I should just be able to place this whatever. Okay, so that's the front almost done. Put a bumper bar on the front, so I'll make it a wee bit more classy. Why does it stick out so much? This is just gonna be a very goofy looking car. And that's just broken. Ugh. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna settle with this. Actually, I have an idea for the grill. Give me a second. We're gonna actually put this mod to use finally. These grill bars here. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, let me just place some on the bottom grill as well. That's yeah, that's definitely an improvement. Yeah, I really like the front of this now. That's pretty swell. Okay, so that'll be the front done. I mean, it looks a little bit weird, but you know what? I'm okay with it. And we'll throw an indicator on the side as well. We'll use this square one. There we are. Look at it. It's magnificent. Yes. So on door handle, we'll go with one of these. And a fuel cap. Put it here. Up top. Is that a weird placement? Yeah, probably. You know what? Yeah, those will do. So what we'll do is we'll just put, like, the engine displacement 4.5 on the back. Lovely. We'll also add our third brake light, but make it, like, elevated a little bit. Actually, to be fair, I'm not really liking the back of this. I'm a little lost with the back, actually. Okay, so what about this? It kinda works, I guess. No, I don't like that either. Oh, we're gonna be here for quite some time. Like, the problem I have with the back is it just looks too modern. It's like one of those, like, recreation sort of things that, you can slap on top of a new car body, but it looks absolutely awful, so I'm not too sure. I think if I get rid of this third brake light, yeah, that looks better. Now I think we can work with something here. The trouble is, I don't know what I want to do with the tail lights. I genuinely have no clue, actually. No, I think I might be onto something here. Hey, I think we're onto something now. I like the back of this. Okay, so I think once we put on the plate, yeah, that kind of works. Yeah. I like that. A little bit of experimentation using a scoop, but yeah. Okay, is there anything else we need on this? Well, I mean, wheels. That'll probably help. I think that's the best we're gonna get with these. Okay, yeah, that's good. Oh yeah, we need the we need the exhaust as well. Okay, I think that does it on the styling front then. And I just realized that I forgot the mirrors. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, let's work on getting these problems fixed. So what do we got first? The wheel spin. Okay. Yeah, we fixed the wheel spin a little bit. I mean, it's still going to spin its wheels off the line, but, you know, not to a huge degree. Front brake force is still low. Well, I wish I could do something about that, but I really can't. I'm sorry. What am I talking about? We can just up the brake pad type. Okay, so the brakes are still for God's sakes. Okay, so just to stop that thing flashing at me, I guess we just give it hydraulic power steering. There we go. There's a wide. Okay, cool, man. Okay, guy. I think I just want to publish this as is. Well, not publish. Import to BeamNG as is, even though this car is going to be an absolute pig to drive. I don't know, because... Yeah, okay, you know what? I give up. We're just gonna import this thing into BeamNG Drive with all of these issues going on and just see how it goes. So, see you guys there. You join me here on BeamNG's Italy map, and it's quite a stunning place, isn't it? And I thought it was a perfect place to test the Jubilee. It's parked up at the moment in this town, which I forgot the name of already. And there's some beautiful yachts, a beautiful ocean, and well, it's quite a good location to see what the Jubilee's made of. So, without further ado, let's fire this thing into life. It's a very loud car. I forgot this thing has barely any mufflers on it. But anywho, here we go. Oh, it's juddering when you take off. That's a sign of a very well-built quality product. And so far, I'm indicating no issues whatsoever. I mean, besides well, we just binned it, so that's not good. Okay, we're back on the road again. Now, look, we're quite far into the series now. We're up to episode number 8. So there's 2 more episodes left to go, and I want to do something big for them. Like, I don't know, I'm thinking of making like a supercar or something like that. I don't want to make something that's stupidly oh, for God's sakes, we've crashed again. I don't want to make something that's stupidly overpowered, so that way everyone will just go, oh, well, yeah, that's gonna win the entire contest, isn't it? What I wanted to do for this season is I wanted to make cars that were as balanced out as possible. Like, if there was, let's say, a speed test, one car would be dominant in that, but then we'd also have, like, another test relating to, I don't know, fuel economy or durability or something like that. I wanted to make this a fair contest, so I'm not quite sure what I'll be doing for the last 2 episodes, but I'll definitely think of something eventually, and they'll be very fun to record, which, unlike this thing, is being absolutely horrendous. God, when Automation had all those warnings, it was right. I hate driving this thing. Every time, oh my God, it's so unwieldy. Oh no. As we bin it into some trees. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I hate driving this thing. It's horrible. I don't like this at all. I really, really do not like this one single bit. So I've never done this before in an episode, but I'm actually going to take this car back to the drawing board and doing some fixes on it. Okay, so we're back with another version of the Jubilee, and this time it's a bit more red. Okay, well actually we solved the majority of the wheel spin issues, and I attempted to fix the brakes. They're still low with the brake force and stuff, so I don't know how to fix that. But with that being said, I guess we should get a couple of laps in and see how the Jubilee feels now that we've done our modifications. So, here we go. It still judders off the line. I have no idea why. See how it handles this first couple of corners here. It does handle a lot better actually, because I shortened the gears as well, but I put on some bigger rear tires so it doesn't wheel spin as much. But oversteer is now a thing on this car. Oh dear! Oh no! Don't crash! Don't crash! Don't crash! Don't crash! We're fine. We're not fine. Oh my God! It's got something to a drift. Oh, we've spun. Oh, this car it's a proper handful, this one. An absolute proper handful. Okay, attempt number 2. Maybe we just need to be more gentle with it. Treat it with a little bit of respect. And then driving it should be an absolute doozy. So far, so good. Oh, not again. Oh, we locked up. Oh, we're gonna crash and spin out again. But we'll carry on anyways. Oh my god. 110. 120. 130. Ooh, not bad down the straight, but I'm gonna have to lift off because otherwise I will just oversteer into that wall over there. Okay, through Bavarian Bend, if we... No, we're just gonna lock up and then spin out into the tire wall again. Ah, for God's sakes, how hard is this thing to drive? I'm not gonna give in though. I will get to grips with the Jubilee and I will do a lap in it. That's a given. No matter how unpredictable the handling is, I will get it done eventually. It might take me about a fortnight, but who knows. I think I'm screwing up somehow because I'm just going full on with the brakes. Maybe I shouldn't do that. So we gently accelerate, light on the brakes. There we go. Now we're actually getting somewhere with this. Okay. I think we might actually complete a full lap without having a major accident. Flat out through here. Ooh, nearly. I think we were touching 130. Now lights on the brakes. Don't press hard on them. Don't press hard on them. Light on the accelerator. And then out we go. Yes! There we go. Now we're getting used to this. You see, I drove like a buffoon. That's why, but once you're careful, then everything's alright. I've said this a lot of episodes, but I am a very bad driver, so usually when I make rear-wheel drive cars like these, I'm just like, oh, they're terrible. But in the hands of someone who is probably way better at driving cars in BeamNG than I am, these things will definitely get their justice, I believe. So, if you are indeed a better driver than me, and you're interested in piloting these, I will actually, look into maybe upload, for God's sakes! I may upload these to the mod repository. I'm not too sure, but, when I'll do that. But, when I do, I will definitely make a video about them. And you can go ahead and enjoy these cars how you see fit. Maybe you just want to deliberately crash them into a wall, and to be honest, I don't blame you, but they'll be yours to have fun with. Right, that's one complete lap done. Now, I think now is the time that we see how the Jubilee does around the Automation test track. Okay, so let's see how the Jubilee does around the track. Now, I have made another change to this car. It's only visual. I actually made all the trim pieces and the wheels chrome, so it looks a bit more, well, classic looking. As it goes through the first chicane pretty well, actually. How's it going to do through this corner? Oh, again, actually, alright. This time I decided to not drive like an absolute half-wit, and it felt pretty good, actually. It just goes to show that, well, that I'm stupid, and the car is brilliant and doesn't have any faults in any single way, shape, or form. Anyways, it comes down to the chicane now, a pretty... Oh, see how the line is through there. Yeah, pretty good line through there as well, as it now heads down to the long straight. It was quite a quick car down here, actually. It was doing 130. So, it's definitely up there with majority of the cars near the top of the leaderboard, actually, but not quite good, as it comes down now to the slingshot. Barely even lifts off here as well. Again, you just have to show this car some respect, honestly. Because if you know, stab the brake and then stab the throttle, it's going to put you into a ditch. But when you drive it normally, it's fine. Like, watching this lap back, it it looks pretty clean. As we now come down to the chicane here, slows right down there for a bit and goes through them with quite a good job there. My only regret is doing this lap in an automatic gearbox setting, because that thing seems to have a mind of its own. Coming down to Adam's apex now. Takes quite a nice line through there. Probably one of the best lines I've ever done around that corner, which is pretty good. As we come down now to the last two turns, see how the Jubilee handles. It brakes, turns in. Not too shabby at all. As it now comes down to the last corner. Yeah, when I said about this being a bad car, ignore me, I'm stupid. Anyways, as it comes down to the main straight now, is it gonna bang in a good time and across the line there? And the brakes lock up immediately. That lap felt good, but we'll see how it did against the other cars in the field. Okay, so the time for the Ascot Jubilee was 2 minutes 36.9, which puts it in a pretty respectable position, but it's not enough to climb any higher up on our leaderboard. Alright guys, well that does it for episode number 8 of the BeamNG / automation series. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode today. And leave a comment below of what cars you would like to see in the series, especially since we're coming up to the final 2 episodes next week of our builds before we move on to the big challenge at the end, where we'll be finally pitting all of the builds up against one another in competition. And I mean, I'm going to put a lot of time and effort into that video, and I think you guys are going to like it. But yes, the next 2 videos we're going to be making some pretty serious cars, and hopefully they'll stand a solid chance against the others in the contest. Anyways, that's enough of the ramble, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take it easy, lads. Oh dear.